This is the West Bank in 2025, a year of escalating settler attacks, displacement, and intimidation. There were over 414 reported attacks in the first half of 2025 alone, a 30% increase from 2024. This violence wave hits again. Israeli violence, not a reaction to Palestinian attacks, which are at a 20-year low, but an intentional campaign to drive Palestinians off their land. Awdah Hathaleen, co-director of No Other Land, was killed by a settler in This was widely condemned as terrorism. The settler was later released to house arrest. Safala Musala, a 20-year-old Palestinian-American, was beaten to death by settlers near Ambulances were blocked by Israeli forces. The IDF stood by but did nothing to help. Entire Palestinian villages have been forced to flee their homes. Rasain, Elijah, and Muwariyat East were emptied. After settlers set up outposts nearby and attacked residents, the UN and NRC called these acts forcible transfer, a war crime under international law. They say Israeli policy is to blame. Extremist groups like Hilltop Youth are taking advantage of the situation. They've carried out price tag attacks, seized outposts, destroyed property, and set up roadblocks. Nachala, a radical settler group, is also on the ground. They fund and expand illegal outposts to annex West Bank land. Human rights groups have documented cases where Israeli forces side with or ignore settler violence. This is erasing the line between Israel's army and its radical settlers. The international community is condemning the attacks. EU and church diplomats have called for the enforcement of international law and Israeli accountability. UN experts warn that the violence and displacement may constitute war crimes. They're urging immediate sanctions and remedial action. U.S. senators have called for an investigation into the death of American national Saif al-Musa. They're calling the violence a culture of impunity.